So throughout the next few weeks, I will possibly at times sound a little bit more serious. And I don't want you to think that mindfulness is all about being serious. So I was contemplating what we would do to really explore what the difference between mindful and mindless means. For example, I know when I go for a walk and I can be a couple of miles into a walk before I've actually stopped and started to look around. And that's something we'll talk about as we go through the next few weeks. Also, getting up in the morning, getting dressed, brushing your teeth, having breakfast, whatever your routine is, we tend to do in a very automatic way. Which brings me to eating chocolate. Now, if you don't eat chocolate, think of something that you eat often, maybe quite quickly, without really properly thinking about what you're doing. It might be crisps, that's another one. So for the people who are more savoury, get a packet of crisps out. For me, I go through phases, but at times I quite like a bar of chocolate. And for this exercise, you need to get your chocolate. So if you need to stop this now, do so. And if you need to go and buy a bar, fine, and then come back later. But I'm prepared. So I was shopping earlier and I thought I would look for something that I hadn't eaten before. But at the same time, I'm quite particular to a certain type of chocolate. This is not an ad, by the way. But something caught my eye. So it is a slightly darker wrapper than normal. And I decided that this would be my chocolate for this video this evening. You've got to understand I'm doing this to help you understand mindfulness a little better. That's all. So I want you to get your bar of chocolate, and then I want you to first of all just look at the packet. Just look at the packet. We do usually look at the packet actually because we're maybe trying to identify a particular brand that we want to eat. So first of all, I want you to open up your bar of chocolate. I'm going to open up mine very carefully. And as you open it, just let the aroma just wash over you. No problems with mine. Okay, so just actually smell when it's just opened, okay? Take your time. I've never actually done that before. Okay, and then you open up the bar of chocolate. I'm purposefully not really showing you the bar because I don't want to be advertising it anyway at all. But this is a new recipe, I think, for this particular brand. This is a darker milk chocolate, but I'm still not telling you the brand. So now what I want you to do is to break off one piece only. And I want you to look at it, and I want you to roll it around in your hands, look at how the light catches, and maybe mine's a bit beveled, the shape here, so I can see that there's shadows a bit as well. Colour is, as I say, it's slightly darker than I would normally see in this bar of chocolate. But really look, every nook and cranny. There's a lot more to this little lump of chocolate than really I usually notice. There's a lot of, looks quite carved actually. So I'm having a good look, and then where I've broken it off, you can see the texture. It's a bit of a rougher texture on the side. So as we do that, then just bring it up to your nose, smell it. By now it might be starting to melt, but just take time to smell. And you might even want to just feel the texture on your lip. Yeah, quite cold, and as I say, I think mine's melting a little bit, it's quite warm. So now just put it on your tongue. No more, just on your tongue. just in your mouth. Now, this is going to be very difficult for me to do, but I'll do it for you. So just roll it around your tongue very slowly and see if it, maybe if you can just leave it on your tongue and let it melt a little bit without trying to see if you cannot suck it, okay? Just let it lie there and see if you can manage. It's difficult. Did you know there are 300, I think more than 300 different tastes of chocolate, different flavors. So see if you can identify any of the different flavors. And while you're doing this, you might find your mind wandering a little bit. And just notice where it went and bring yourself back to that bit of chocolate that is nearly possibly gone. Actually, mine is melted, I think. It's completely gone. Now, after the chocolate has melted, you swallow very slowly and deliberately. Feel it going down your throat. Just be aware of the taste, the flavour going in. And now we're allowed to do it again. So just one more. So again, have a look. Oh, now there's a little air bubble on the top of mine that wasn't in the last one. I would have never noticed that. And then apart from that, it looks kind of the same. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'll just let it lie. So as we do that, really appreciate the flavors. Appreciate the different flavors. It's not just one flavor that's coming through. There's more flavors than I think I would normally notice. And as it melts, and you want to just, maybe you might want to chew it this time. You want to bite in. Feel that. But consciously bite in, consciously swallow, and just enjoy it. Once you've done that, kind of think back to how you might have usually eaten that chocolate and see if you can notice any differences. Does it taste different? Did it feel different in your mouth? Because you have just eaten mindfully. That is your first bit of mindful eating in this block. We'll possibly do more because I do like mindful eating. But thank you for doing that. You may eat more of your chocolate if you wish, and you can choose whether you're going to eat it mindfully or mindlessly. But that is mindful eating. Okay, enjoy.